All right, boxing fans. This is Natainos. That's right. This is Natainos, and I am doing a little video today on my thoughts and predictions on the Miguel Cotto and Margarito fight, Antonio Margarito versus Miguel Cotto, La Batalla 2. The War 2. Now, my thoughts on this fight are simple. I think that this fight is going to pick off where the other fight left off. As you guys saw in the beginning of this video, the intro, I was displaying a video shot of a hand wraps that were cracked, that had a little bit of red stain on the side. And if you guys haven't seen it, I suggest that you guys Google it up. But essentially, it's let me see if I can do this right for you guys. That's Antonio Margarito. After the fight with Miguel Cotto, the first one. So, this is not normal. Any boxing fan and enthusiast can tell you that when you wrap your hands, first and foremost, you know what they're putting on you. You're sitting right there like this with your hands, being wrapped right in front of you. And you're telling them whether or not it's too tight or not, and so forth. So he knew what was being put in his hands, first and foremost, okay? Also, I don't think this is the first time that he actually did it. I think that he did do it against Cotto, and maybe even in previous fights as well. In addition, you can tell by that video that that's cracked, and that's not normal at all, okay? That tells you right there that he was doing something illegal. He didn't get caught because his camp decided not to send anyone over to Cotto's camp to watch the hands being wrapped. And Cotto's camp, well, they failed. They failed miserably. Evangelista Cotto, Miguel Cotto's uncle, failed him by deciding not to do his job in protecting his fighter. And that shows the inexperience. That's one of the things that does worry me, in the fact that I know that Cotto and Emmanuel Stewart, the gentleman who we all regard as a Hall of Fame trainer and coach, he will not be in Cotto's corner this time around. And the last two fights he wasn't there for any of Miguel Cotto's defeats, but he did help a little bit in the sense of working with Miguel Cotto's balance. That's why I had the little salsa in the beginning. That's part of what they did, to make sure that he keeps his balance. They would play a little salsa. And Emmanuel Stewart was clever in that way, old school style, but very clever. Now, for this fight, unfortunately, due to monetary issues and due to timing and scheduling, which, there might be something to it, being that Stewart, this is the second time that one of his fighters within a 2-month period let him go. So now Cotto's going to be going with Benitez. I believe that's his name, as his trainer. And he led the Cuban national team, a world-renowned trainer. That's one of the powerhouses when it comes to international boxing. So I think he got himself someone that is underrated and that's extremely well. Is a doctor of this science and sport. He knows what he's talking about. He knows the old mythology and the methods of winning fights. Now, can he decipher and come up with a plan to beat Margarito? That's where the question is. Now, back to the fight. In the fight with Mosley versus Margarito, already psychologically he was defeated because he got caught cheating. He knew that the world knew that he was dirty. He was a cheat. He's Margarito, the Margarito. He deserves that name. Okay. Now, the thing with him though is that that's not the only reason he lost that fight. Okay, that's not the only reason. Shane Mosley, the future Hall of Famer, came up with a beautiful game plan, and that game plan was to just attack. Every time he would hit, he'd come and he'd cock the fist and he'd release it with bad intentions. Now, the problem with Cotto is that when he hits somebody, he holds up his hand like this to admire his work. He's dazed at his own beauty, at his own the beautiful work that he's displaying in the ring. And unfortunately, that cost him. The reason why that cost him is because this is a fight, okay? This is a fight. This is not a ballerina dance, Cotto. I love you. You're my favorite fighter. You've got all the skills in the world. You've got one of the best the best left hook that I've ever seen, you know. And I know Chavez, you know, was really good to the body, but Cotto in his prime, you know, he was deadly with that. You know, he was known to, you know, hurt people's ribs. He was known to break orbital bones. He was known to deface individuals, hit them in the shoulders and hurt them. You know, I think Bronco comes to mind when he dislocated his shoulder. I believe it was Bronco. Nevertheless, or it could have been his orbital bone. I think I'm getting confused. Anyhow, now someone has a broken orbital bone. Oh, that's right. You know, Manny Pacquiao destroyed Margarito. He broke his orbital bone. Now that tells me one of two things. One, Margarito could be beat. Mosley proved it by pressuring him, by bringing the fight to him, by showing him that, or by demonstrating to him that he's not the only one that can back somebody up. You know, and ding, 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 ding. A simple thought here. Let's see. If you pressure Margarito, he is not the same fighter. He likes to pressure you. Now, when he's being pressured, he doesn't respond well. Mosley proved that. Mosley was hitting with bad intention. Ding, 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 Cotto, you need to do that. Okay? A few thoughts for you. Don't fight Margarito's fight. Fight your fight. Box like you did the first 6 rounds of your fight. But also, every time you hit him, don't pause and admire your shot. Hit him with bad intentions and make him pay for what he did. Now, also, in addition, Pacquiao set Margarito up beautifully for you. You know, I believe that you would have beaten him regardless, plaster or no plasters. If it was even, you would have beaten him, is my thought. Now, Pacquiao softened him up for you. He broke his orbital bone. You did the same thing. You did it to Malalaji. That's who you broke the orbital bone of. You know, you've closed people's eyes up. You've dislocated people's arms, you know, by hitting them so hard. Target that eye. Jab and come with that cross and finish with the hook to the body, and it's all day for you. And I really do think that you're going to end up victorious. My prediction is Cotto within 7. And if it's not within 7, maybe a unanimous decision. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be one of these days. You already know. Junior middleweight. That's right. Tell me what y'all think of the video individuals out there at the net. I look forward to what you guys have to say. Hit me up.